Hi everyone, welcome. It's Edmond here. This is a walkthrough of 2025 S1 summer series that is May June. I'll explain the concept and see how to reach the correct answer. This is question 7. Question 7. It's what we have in question 7. Right. So question 7 says Lily uh, has a bag that contains 3 whites. So you have 3 whites and then 6 yellows. So you have 6 yellows. Bids only. Two of the bids are selected at random, complete without replacement. Complete the tree diagram. Complete the tree diagram. I have the tree diagram here. Okay, so the first bid we have the white. The probability of taking up a white we have 3 out of 9, and probability of taking a yellow is 6 out of 9. Now, it is without replacement. It means that if you took out a white in the first trial, that means they have only 2 whites left out of 8 bids. And the yellow didn't choose any yellow, you have 6 out of 8. Then if you chose a yellow first, that means there are only 5 yellows left out of the 8 bids. And here you still have all the 3 whites out of your 8 bids. Part B of the question, we are saying the probability of getting exactly one yellow, we can have it as so this yellow here and this one over here. So you can have it as white yellow and yellow white. And then this probability, you can just follow the tree. So you have 3/9 multiplied by 6/8 plus 6/9 multiplied by 3/8. If you add this 18 and 18, so this is going to be 36/72, which is 1/2. The next one is is the probability. Find the probability that at least one bit selected is white. At least one is white. That means I can have white yellow, I can have white white, I can have yellow white. I can have 3 options. If I have 3 options, this is the same as taking one. But see, so that means get all these probabilities and add them together, or you just get the one that cannot happen. This one are yellow yellow, and just do 1 minus probability of getting yellow yellow. 6/9 multiplied by 5/8, and then here your final answer will be 42/72. If you want to simplify it, 7/12. This is the same as adding the 3 probabilities, but since there's only one that cannot happen according to our definition of the event we are looking for, so do 1 minus the opposite. That is part C. Part D, on question D, they have told us find the probability. They are given that at least one of the bits selected is white. At least one of the bits selected is white. That means the event we are looking at, the given that event, we have a given that event. The given that event is at least a bit is white. So at least the bit is white. That means we have this event here. At least the bit is white. We also have this event here, and we also have this event here. Technically, we are looking at the event in this previous probability. We are looking at the event over here. At least one is white, which is all of this highlighted. Now, if we know that this has already happened, the 3 events, find the probability that both of the selected bits are white. That means, part D, the given that probability is the denominator. We know that this has happened, and the probability for that to happen is 7 out of what? Out of 12. That's the probability for you to have at least one white bid. This is an event over here. This, and that. Now, out of those 3 events, what's the probability that both bids are white? It can only happen as white and white over here, white and white, which is 3/9 multiplied by 2/12. 2 over 8. And then you end up with 6 over 72 over 7 over 12. And your final answer is going to be 1 over 7. That's going to be the final answer. All right, so you have to be careful here. The concept I'm using, the understanding I'm using here, because they said given that this has happened, that means this is your sample space. This is your sample space. And what's with that sample space? That sample space is white, and then white, yellow, and yellow, white. That means that's your sample space. And probability of this to happen, we know already, is 7 over 12. And out of that, now they're asking you find the probability that both of the bits selected are white. How can it happen? Can it happen as white? So you have white over the probability 7 over 12. This is what we are doing over here to understand that question. Then you have 1 over 7. All right. I will erase this and then go to the next question. Okay. Okay, go to the next question. I'll go to the next part here. Now, the next part, they are telling us here that, okay, I'll read this. They're telling us here that what Lily does, Lily goes ahead and adds some beads to the bag. The bead now contains N, the bag contains N beads. The beads are either red, now we have another color, so we have red, yellow, or white, as such that the ratio of red to yellow to white is that, so it is 4 to 3 to 1. All right. 4 beads are selected at random from the bead that we have. 4 beads are selected at random, one at each time without replacement. The probability of getting 2 reds, that means they're getting 2 reds, so getting red, followed by a yellow, so you're getting yellow, and followed by a white bead, so you're getting a white bead, which is white, is equal to 3 over 235. That's a definition. That's what they've told us. That getting two reds followed by a yellow and then followed by a white bead is 3 out of 235. And then we need to show that this n satisfies an equation in this format. Now, all we're going to ask ourselves is, what's the probability of choosing a red in the first trial? Probability of choosing a red in the first trial is 4, because there are 4 reds. 4 out of what? 4 out of, when you add up this is 4 to this. When you add up this, you end up with 8 as the total ratio. So it's going to be 4 to 8, which you can technically say, oh, it is a half for 8. And then what's the probability of choosing a red next? Now we are going to look at it like this. That if the fraction, how many reds are there? Now I'm going to have how many reds are there? The reds here, they're going to be 4 out of 8. That means we have half. The reds are half the value of all the beads. What about the yellow? The yellows are going to be 3 out of 8 of all the beads N. And what about the white? The white are going to be 1/8 of all the beads in the bag. Now, so getting a red in the second trial, it means that the red were half of the bead. That means you're going to have your half of the beads minus 1, because you got it already. But even the total number of beads have decreased by 1. Now, getting yellow next, you're going to have, how many yellows are there? 3 out of 8 of the total, over the beads are now increased. They have decreased by 2. And then the next one, to get the white, you have, how many whites are there? 1/8 of all the total, and the beads are now decreased to n minus 3. And when you multiply all these probabilities, your answer is going to be 300 and 300. It's going to be 3 over 235. That's the algebraic formula you have set up. Now what you're going to do, we need to simplify this now to the algebra. How do you simplify this? Let us try our algebra skills here. So what I have here, I just simplify this into a half. And then when you add this, you're going to end up with n minus 2 over 2, all of it over n minus 1. Now when you have this, you end up with 3n. Then all this one over there, 8 goes down as n minus 2. And then here you see the same thing, n, the 8 goes down as n minus 3. And then you have 3, 2, 3, 5. All right. Now the other thing is the 2 here also is going to come, to come down here. The 2, this 2, I'm going to remove it. This 2 here will also come there. So that means what we have a half multiplied by this n minus 2. This n minus 2 you see here, this n minus 2 is going to cancel out with that n. So you have a half over here, you have 1 over 2 n minus 1 multiplied by the 3n over there is now this is over 8 multiplied by n over 8 n minus 3 equals 3 over 2 35. It's about how you do it now, or which kind of math do you want to carry out here. What I'm going to do with these numbers, what I'll do with these numbers if I were you, I'll cancel this with that. That is allowed. I can do that. So that I have n squared over, I have 2 times 2 times 8 times 4. So this is 4 times 64 of n minus 1 n minus 3 is equal to 1 over 2, 3, 5. So I'm going to cross multiply at the same time, open the bracket. So this will be 256. When you expand this bracket here, end up with n squared minus 4n plus 3, like that. Open the brackets, and then you have 256 n squared minus 235 n squared equals to 256 times 4 is going to be 1000. I have to put this on this side. I would put on this side. I would put on the same side. Okay, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it again without moving things around. This is 235 n squared equals to 256 n squared minus 1024 n plus 768. Now move everything on one side, so this comes over here. So you have your 21 n squared minus 1024 n plus 768. This is what they're looking for over there. That's your last question. Thank you for watching all the videos.